So I've been trading close to 5 years, and within these 5 years I have learned 3 most important things with my trading. And honestly, I would say me learning these 3 steps has literally leveled up or skyrocketed my trading journey. I mean, I've actually been able to get trading results such as these on small accounts, but then I've also been able to make big money even on my big trading accounts. Now, the most amazing part is I'm going to be sharing the 3-step system in today's video, so you can actually be able to use it with your trading. And trust me, if you can apply this very well, just like how we're going to discuss, then well more often enough, you're going to have a testimony in the next 1 or 2 months from now. First things first, we need to understand how trading works and what actually affects the price movements, okay? So when we are trading, we have buyers and sellers, meaning buyers are coming in with buying orders, okay, or demand, and then on the other side we have sellers coming in with selling orders. So it means you as the trader, you only have to study the order flow and know that, okay, we now have, say, buyers in total control with a lot of buying pressure, or sellers with a lot of selling pressure on the other side. So once you understand that, then well more often enough you're going to find the best trades possible. So number one thing, okay, is finding the trend. So how does this work? Well, listen, so when we are trading, we are literally different. Just as me and you, we are retail traders. We also have institutional traders, we have hedge funds, we have other big market movers. So these people establish the overall trend that we actually can't. So if, say, these guys come in with big money and they're pushing the price, say, to the upside, that means they're buying and all that, then all you have to do now is to come and say, oh, so the price is in an uptrend, let me also get in and find buying opportunities. You guys understand? So just an example in here, obviously we have 3 trends. Basically we have an uptrend. In here we have a lot of buying pressure to the upside, and then we also have a sideways market movement. In such an instance, I would say sellers and buyers are opposing each other. We have buyers just at the bottom here buying, getting to this level, sellers coming in to push the price back down, just like that. Then we have lastly a downtrend. Obviously in here we have sellers in total control. So this is literally the first thing to find out. Now, by the way, let me tell you something. Obviously to me, I wouldn't care whether I say you trade demand and supply, say SMC or any other trading strategy. This is literally the first thing that you must identify before going any further. So honestly, it's so easy to me on identifying the overall trends. I'm going to come over to bigger time frames and see. So I'll just give you an example of with the charts right over here. So this is GBP JPY, so we can just quickly go over it and see. So I'll just start off with the the H4, okay? Remember, bigger time frames first for the overall trends. So in such an example, we can see the price was initially pushing to the upside. Once it got to this level, okay, once it got back to this area, rather this level, as we can see, now the price started pushing down. Now we can clearly see that the trend has changed in some way. So currently we have now a bearish market movement. You guys see that? So if we can just zoom in clearly, you guys can see how it looks. So initially we had an uptrend, and now there's a change of structure or the trend, and now it's a downtrend, okay? So meaning if you're looking for trades, well, most enough you're going to study the current price movement. Pretty easy. Now honestly, how am I even finding this out? If you haven't watched any this video, I think I've done a video on how to identify the overall trend and all that. But honestly, in an uptrend, you should expect the price to continuously push up, breaking all your higher highs and then continuously pushing up, okay? And then just the opposite for downtrend. Now we can see now the price is continuously pushing down, breaking all the lows. Pretty easy stuff. So that's the first step in my whole trading system. Once I have the trend, now I can move to the next thing, okay? And so this is just an example on GBP JPY as I've shown you, and we can just quickly see if we can find one last example, say USD CAD, and then we shall see. So I'll just come over here and then let's just go ahead and see. So I'll delete this and then this. Okay, so looking at USD CAD, honestly, with what you guys can see, so we actually at the moment we can see we have a level right up here, we have a level down here, and the price is playing in between these two areas. So I would say it's a consolidation state, but in actual sense at the moment with what we are looking at, it's an uptrend. The price is pushing to the upside, okay? You guys see that? Then I have a level right here and just seeing how the price reacts. So that's the number one thing. Now, before we proceed, let me introduce you to FastBull. So FastBull is a website where you basically get access to all the market futures. Now, I'll just quickly show you what you are going to be able to access. So off here, you can actually be able to trade. I mean, you can do your analysis off here. It's like how you can see it's completely free. And then we also have market overview, we have news, and that means this can actually become your economic calendar. I mean, just pretty easy. Then you also have signals, and that means you get to see what trades are actually performing better, and you're able to capitalize on that. And then lastly, we also have contests. Now, there is a trading event happening, so the best traders are going to be awarded. So what I want you to do is go ahead and tap the link just down in the description and sign up. And with that, let's proceed with the video. Now, that brings us to the second step, okay? Now, once you have found the overall trend, now the next thing is to find your points of value, okay? These are basically areas where the price could have reacted in some way, and what you're watching for now is, let's see the price coming back to this area. Shall the price break this area, or it's going to react off and bounce off, right? So when you have those levels, now honestly, you're literally now going to the next step, which is finding entries, okay? So you can see we started off with the overall trend, and now we are coming to your points of value. So how do you identify this? If say initially the trend is to the upside, so here's what you're going to do. Number one, mark out your high, the most recent high being that level. Then also mark out your most recent low in such an instance. That's it. Then you can even go ahead and mark out this other level, right? Now, what does this mean? Well, this is what it means. If the price is initially in an uptrend, we should expect it to continuously break all the highs. Meaning in such an instance, there is a possibility, actually what's in our mind, we expect the price to come back here and then push out of here and do the same thing over and over. You guys understand? Now, remember, you have these levels drawn out. So it means you're literally waiting for the price to do that, and then you're able to react. So it's you waiting for what the price is doing, and then you're able to follow that. You guys understand? So that's the same thing here. So drawing out these key levels is going to be very, very important. So in such an instance, as I mentioned, I have this area here, and then I also have the highs, most importantly, meaning for a downtrend, you're just going to do the opposite. Same round, you shall mark out your most recent lows. So I'll just go ahead and illustrate one for a downtrend, just as this. So in here, I could just go ahead and mark out this level, then I'll also mark out, say, this area, and also mark out this level. Again, what do we expect? Either the price breaking out of this area and then pushing down, or the price coming back. So we should expect such a thing, and then the price, say, breaking out and then continuously pushing. Now, listen. So within these areas, say these areas here, these areas here, we have internal structures inside. So I'll just go ahead and see if we can have a much better quick example right over here. I'll just go ahead and illustrate something real quick here. So we have this being a level, and this is what the price is doing. So we have a very big push phase, okay, say up to this area. What I want you guys to understand is, now within these areas, we also have now small internal structures, because now you could be doing that on the H4, but now when you scale down to M15, now you're going to find in this. So we also have small internal structures in the overall structure. You guys understand? So same thing, honestly, you just keep scaling down, you're doing the same thing over and over and finding all your key levels. So key levels are super important, because that's where the price is going to react, and that's how you shall be able to get trades. If you can do that, then you are much better off. Once you find these levels or your points of value, now you're only going to wait for the price to come back to those areas, and then you're going to be able to get trades. And that brings us to the third step, and that's finding entries, okay? Now, honestly, finding entries is literally the most important part of this whole step, because you're analyzing to find trades. Now, if you analyze and you're unable to get trades, then honestly, then it doesn't make any sense. But for the fact that you're watching up to this point, I do have something to share with you. So I do have an exclusive mentorship program where I get to train and share my trading ideas and concepts with people just like you. Now, by the way, let me tell you something. These are traders just like you. Well, the difference is they have actually paid a fee to learn learn, and inside we really smash it. So if you'd love to skyrocket your whole trading track, become the best trader as quick as possible, then this is for you, okay? So I'll just put the link down. It's going to be the first link in the description. You can sign up that. Oh, by the way, there's a refund just in case you never make profits in your first 60 days. And honestly, literally no one does that. Everyone makes money inside. So click that link and I'll see you inside. Now, what do I look out for when I'm trying to get entries? So we have had the overall trend, then we have also had our points of value. The next thing up is entries. So what I do now in here is I need to find the internal structure. This is very important. So I'll just go ahead and show you an example today on a trade that I took. So it's US 30. And let's just quickly go over it. All right, beautiful trade, and this is how it looked. Okay, price initially to the uptrend, we have our levels drawn out just like how we mentioned, and now we are out here. So I'll show you how it looks. So as I mentioned, now this time around you are looking at the internal structure. You need to see what's the price doing now on smaller time frames. So this is on the H4, and I'll scale down to H1 and then I'll show you how it looks. So I had drawn out obviously this level down here. If you guys can see, I had this level, the price got here, reacted off, came back off to this area, reacted off, and then came back to this area, and now that's what I was looking out for. Now most interestingly, if I can come over to M30, it's even much interesting. Now even on the M30 I drew a level here. Why? So the price came over here, reacted off, the price came over here, this time around broke through, meaning there was a bit of some buying pressure, and in some way the price broke out, and then it came back to this area. Now coming back to this area, this is how I got an entry. So I did see the price coming back to a level where it had reacted initially. Obviously you guys need to understand this, same things happen over and over. The price is going to come to this area, react off, come back, literally. So it came back to this area and then left this candlestick off here. You guys see this? And then on the M15, I'll quickly show you. All right, so looking at the M15 and the overall price reaction and all this, I may not be able to get into the whole candlestick formation and all that. I do have that discussed inside my program, but looking at this, well, the price came over here and then I was ready for an entry. So you can clearly see I am studying the structure even on the smallest time frames. That's how I'm able to get entries. So I am looking at the structure inside. Actually on the M5 it's even much more fun. As you guys can see, we can see the price got off here, came back here, got back here, and then pushed up. With textbook trading and whatever candles and all that and patterns and all that, this is a W pattern or a double bottom, and then the price pushed up again, initially came back off here, and then just as that. If we can scale that, if we can go back to H1, remember we do have a level right out here, so we do expect the price to push up to this point. Okay, so if I can do a quick recap, number one thing is finding the overall trend. Number two is drawing out all your levels. Okay, you need to find your key levels or your points of value and wait for the price to come back to those areas. And then for your entries, you are going to scale down to the smallest time frames and then study the inner structure. If you can actually apply this with all your trading, literally any pair, by the way, doesn't matter whether you're trading gold, you're trading GBPSD, this works. Okay, and you can try that as many times as possible, back test it, then it's going to level up your whole trading. And remember, the moment you're in, there is never looking back. It's either winning or winning. And with that, I'll see you guys. I'm out for today. Peace. Let's go.